I want that to be a lesson to people out there, right? Whoever else has ever dated someone that's in the limelight, how do you feel? How do you keep your jealousy in check?
It's about acceptance. Will you accept who I am, the way I am, how I function, and be real about it?
Let me tell you, people always trying to tear down what you got.
Yes.
I don't need to know your personal business if it doesn't benefit me. But when we have business together, such as what we do on this panel, then we share what we need to share.
For any guy that I date, I first let them know, like, I'm dating you for you.
Hey, welcome to Single on a Saturday night right here at Miller's Ale House. We do this every fourth Saturday, and you know this day would not be complete without some fashion, because you got to put clothes on even to walk out the door, if you sane in the membrane. I don't know. So let's get some fashion by Philly Model Guild. You ready, Karen?
Hello, everyone. This is the Philly Model Guild, and we are starting off with one of Single on a Saturday night's very own, Antoinette. Antoinette is showing us our sports number. It doesn't have to necessarily be a plain t-shirt. It can sparkle, glow, and be fabulous.
Ooh,
this is Antoinette.
So cute. I want to sparkle and be
She's
fabulous.
number 88.
How much is that?
Next we have Lena. She's taking it back old school in a mini dress.
Ooh,
Mini dress. This is Elena. You can wear this out in the evening, or you can wear it to work, or just as casual wear. This is Lena.
Go, Lena. Mm-hmm.
And we have Queen Samina. She is wearing a black peekaboo gown.
Woo!
This is Samina.
Dr. Samina in the building. Doctor. She's a doctor, y'all.
Dr. Samina.
Woo! Money on the scene.
And this is
Money on the scene.
She is taking it back to the 20s in her high-style boots, her pants, and her bow tie shirt.
Woo! No Money on the scene. Do it, honey. Do it.
And this is Antoinette, Lena, Samina, and
Monica. Yes, give it up for them. You can catch Monty on the scene every Monday, 9 a.m. on UrbanExpressionsRadio.com. That's Monty on the scene. Catch you every Monday, 9 a.m. on UrbanExpressionsRadio.com. Let's go, y'all.
Let's hear it.
Hey. Boom. It is Single on a Saturday right here at Miller's Ale House. I am Shelly Show Williams, and guess what? We just talked about it, but we are celebrating our 11th year. Thank you to everybody who has come out throughout the years. Man, 11 years, I mean, I've seen a lot of faces, a lot of people, right? We have met a lot of people. So if you haven't been here, I need you to come. That's all I want to tell you. If you haven't been here, you was here day one, you need to come on back. Even if you're single, not single, even if you're married, doesn't matter. It's for everybody. We're just talking about relationships, and for today, we still talking.
You couldn't wait to start talking.
I feel like I just listen. I'm sorry. I have a better appreciation for the microphone. Like, I don't know what it is, but it just gave me a better appreciation for the microphone.
We know what it is, but it's all good.
You know what it is?
Yeah, we got it.
So what we got going on today? You got it.
Let's get our introductions and we can get right into it.
Yeah, go on.
Shelly.
No, I thought I'm Shelly Show Williams. Go on. I'm ready to get to Adrienne next to me. Go on.
I'm TC Cobo, BK, your big homie, Stormy Weathers, and baby, I'm single, father of the queens, and working on some things, working me out. But if I can't do it, baby, it probably can't be done. Shelly?
Why you keep looking at me?
Your proper introduction.
I'm not doing a proper introduction. I did the introduction with Single on a Saturday. That's all right now, that's all we doing. I can tell you about Urban Expressions News Mag. I'm not talking about myself. I want to tell you about Urban Expressions News Mag. It's officially out right now. You can go to uptownstandard.com, and it is available. But also, it's coming out next month, which is, I'm so excited. So, Urban Expressions News Mag, keep that in your head.
Congratulations
keep it in your system. Keep it everywhere. Tell everybody about Urban Expressions News Mag. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm LaShawn Elise.
That's it. Come on, LaShawn. Come on. Tell us what you do, who you are, and how you do it.
Well, I'm a professional dancer, actress. I'm a talk show host, and I don't know.
And she's been with Single on a Saturday night. If we did 11, I think she's nine. She's 9. She's been with us for 9 years. That's my spirit sister, and we just been here 9. That's how, when you understand the energy that's in this room, if you go by energy, if you go by love, the love is in this room. Anybody that can be here for 9, 10, 11, 12, and keep on going, that's because we love each other so much. So that's LaShawn. She's shy right now. She's so shy right now. Keep it going, keep it going. Hi. And don't tell nothing about the years, okay? I just want to give you a hint. Because you know where we come from.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tamara Hawkins, and I'm an author, an actress, now film writer, film editor, ooh. And yes, we'll talk later about all the later on, and but right about now, it's all about the Shoeshine Box. Okay.
Shoeshine Box.
I'm the longest, tenured male host on Single on Saturday night. I am Mr. Goodnight, college professor of sociology. All that time you didn't know I was teaching sociology? Look at her. She thought I was doing something else.
Ooh, I didn't know you were going to put me out there. I did not know.
No, you got the mic today, so we're going to talk to you. We have, yes.
Hi, everybody. I'm Angelita Bird. I am a realtor by day and a creator by night, 2-time published author, and now I am Pam in the Shoeshine Box.
Awesome, amazing. Look, she like, listen, and here you go. Go ahead.
Without further ado.
My name is Adrienne Cater. I am the writer, director, producer of the Shoeshine Box, and that's what I'm doing today. But I have other things that I do. I have a food manufacturing company, and some other things that I do. But yeah, that's what.
And I got a shout out though. But Adrienne, listen, back in the day, we were doing Urban Expressions. We were looking for a place to have our fashion show rehearsals, and Adrienne opened up her daycare to us to have our rehearsals. Because you said I took you all the way back. Then I did. I took you all the way back to the daycare. And she had a daycare, but her daycare had a stage in the middle of our daycare, and we worked that stage we had a teen fashion show. I didn't work the stage. The teens worked the fashion show, but that daycare was so amazing, like a stage. Have you ever been to a daycare that had a stage in the middle of it so you can do your rock and your runway thing? So me and Adrienne go back, and if I didn't thank you then, I thank you now. Thank you so much for the many years of support, and we still here. We're still here.
And then you had your other celebration.
Then we had Urban. At your restaurant, yes. Urban Expression's 25th anniversary was at your restaurant. Man, Adrienne, you be doing it, guys.
Give it up.
Yo, you do it.
The energy in the room that you were talking about. The energy,
and I'm telling you, thank you. Just thank you.
Adrienne Cater, the serial entrepreneur. But while we're here, let's get into it, y'all. You guys said from down that end, we want to talk about it. You see Shelly holding it right here. Today, we are here talking with a few of the cast members from the upcoming and returning by popular demand stage play, The Shoeshine Box, written, directed, produced, directed some more by this serial entrepreneur right next to me, Adrienne Cater. And please give the people the premise behind, and we'll get into the story behind The Shoeshine Box and the roles that everybody that's up here today is playing.
Absolutely. Sorry about that little interruption. So the Shoeshine Box actually was inspired by my dad, who passed away 94 last year. But he had a shoeshine box, and I know that it had been around since I was a little girl. And it just spoke to me this one particular day. And I walked in, I was taking care of my dad his last 10 years of his life. And I said, wow, that shoeshine box has been around for a minute. And it just made me go on Facebook, and I just was like, hey, fellas, do they still make these? Or do men still use these? And the men started pouring out. Oh, my grandfather had one, and my brother and I used to go out, and we used to make money, shining shoes. And it seemed as though it was almost like a rites of passage into manhood to me. That's how it was interpreted. It was almost as like taking your son for his first barbershop appointment, and the story just came to life to me literally in one day. After I did that post, I went to sleep. I woke up that morning and I wrote 21 pages. A beginning, the middle, and end. I started adding song and dance, and then all of a sudden COVID hit. So I wrote another 21 pages. So it just came together, and it was just, I reached out to, to my friends in theater, and everybody were like, oh, this story, I'm behind you, Adrienne, whatever it is you want to do, let's make it happen. So that's how it happened.
So, but you have a background in the entertainment field, like this is what you do. So even though you had the idea, you have a background in plays, and which is why you had a pretty much a daycare that was dedicated to the arts and entertainment, right?
Yeah. I started, singing when I was 5. I
didn't know you could sing.
I consider myself a background girl. But,
okay. I ain't mad at you.
I like the singers to take, but I can put together a nice show.
Okay.
And then I had the daycare, which was a performing arts child care center. So I wanted to teach the children how to move their heads separately from, and dancing isn't just jumping. And that's what we did. And we did Motown reviews with the children, and they learned more about music. And and then I performed in production, I modeled, I played in bands. So once you're on the stage, it's hard to get off.
I know that's right. It's hard to get off the stage once you get on it. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's been a good ride.
Kind of like the microphone.
Yeah, kind of like the microphone. Once you get on there, it's all entertainment, right?
You got all these great people on here. You got people that's a part of it. We want to get to know some of these people and what their role was in the actual show.
Because I think our very own Stormy is in it, aren't you?
Who are they?
Start with LaShawn.
LaShawn, tell us about your role.
Start with LaShawn.
Okay, I play Sandy, and Sandy is married to Junior. And Junior is the lead actor in the play. And Sandy is a very devoted wife. She loves him. She's in love with him. She's known Junior since she was a little girl. So he's her everything. But I feel like Sandy is Junior's rock. Junior he suffers from PTSD. And so she's there for him when he needs her. So she's just a devoted wife. But she also is she stands firm to what she believes as well, I think.
And her story revolves around 1970s. So we got a lot of bell bottoms and afros happening in that era. It goes from 1940 to 1970s to the 1990s and comes full circle to 2000s.
I am new to the Shoeshine Box, and I'm very honored. I play one of the 1970s dancers. I don't want to say soul train, Shoeshine Box dancer. I don't have a name yet, but if I can get myself a name, can I be Foxy Tam?
Yeah.
Foxy Tam. So that's who I am, and so I'm just honored to be a part. And I can remember back when I was 2 years old of holding the microphone, so I guess I was destined to be holding the microphone and being on the stage somewhere, because I ain't stopped, and I love it.
I ain't mad at you. I got to say something about Tamara. We from the same neighborhood, so I understand, even though I'm 21 forever, the fact is, when you say someone from your whole childhood and you continue to have these relationships, I just want y'all to know the energy in the room once again. Thank you, my childhood friend. Even though I'm 21 forever.
We all are.
Thank you.
Indeed. Well, I actually play Pam, who happens to be Sharon's nemesis over there.
Oh.
She doesn't like me very much, but it's all good. I am the girl that everyone has a love-hate relationship with. Some of you are going to love me, and some of you are going to hate me. And it's okay, because it's a story of my life, in real life. So this was a natural occurrence for me. So when my girl here, Adrienne, actually, she sat with me, and actually, like she said, it was during the pandemic, us creatives was being creative, while sadly a lot of people were panicking. So we sat down together. She told me about what it is she wanted to do. Last year I couldn't be a part of it. I couldn't commit to it. This year I'm definitely committed to it. I'm super proud of her and what she's doing. I understand it completely, being a writer myself. And I'm just looking forward to everybody coming out, taking a look at it, and loving or hating me. Either way, you're going to love the play.
They got a song about it, love it or hate it.
Love it.
And I love it. And I play the patriarch in the entire production. So you can call me either the co-lead or the supporting male. I open up the performance in the 40s during the Depression era, and I play John Sr. I play Joey Sr. So I play the first father that makes the Shoeshine Box with my son. And we talk about the Shoeshine Box. We have all these actors that are performing in the production. The star of the show is actually the Shoeshine Box, because the Shoeshine Box matriculates through 4 generations, and each generation has a particular story and outcome for what happens surrounding the box, and the box winds up becoming the center of the attention of the son in each generation. I also come back as my own grandson in the 90s and perform as Junior. I'm Junior grown up, and y'all see what the big homie doing. We're gonna be doing that a little more, but I think we up against it.
We up against, but you said this. We got some topics coming up, right? You said it fits in with the whole topic.
It does fit in.
We want to hear some topics. I heard PTSD for one.
Yes.
I heard being the rock. I want to know what it's like. How do you deal with someone? You said that you could be married to someone or be with someone who has that trauma, which is the PTSD. How are we dealing with that, Adam Bracewell? AB. Bracewell. I said, well, we're going to come back with that. We're coming back with them topics. Just hold tight, because we coming back. You know how we do.
That's right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Single on Saturday night with the whole fam. And we are with the writer-director and some of our cast of the Shoeshine Box, the upcoming play that will be seen at Venice Island Recreational Performing Arts Center, April 15th and 16th. Before we went to break, one of our Single Saturday Night own, I love LaShawn. LaShawn will be doing it to death. She made a very important statement about one of our characters that she's married to, and he suffers from PTSD. So let's get into that. When you saw that this is what you were having to help your husband deal with, where did you find what it was that you needed for him to be there for him, to support him? Because your experiences are so different, and you're seeing something come out of a person that you never experienced, because we in our culture suffer from it. And a lot of times, I always say, we are misdiagnosed in our own culture of dealing with PTSD. And even more so now, what we're seeing nowadays with the destruction and the eradication of our young youth, the eradication of the guardrails and guidelines that used to come with being in the streets. There were certain things and people that were off limits, and people do not understand how it's affecting our children. But just for one of our characters, how did you manage finding that place to be married to someone with PTSD?
So with this character, Junior, he was in the military, and he went through something very traumatic there, and that's how he was diagnosed with PTSD. But again, like you said, in the 70s, I don't even know if he really was truly diagnosed. So there's that. But also my character, Sandy, his wife, she's so in love with this man. I think that her strength in loving him is where she finds the strength to help him and to deal with all the episodes that he has. So I just kind of had to take myself to a place of, I'm in love with him. And he's my everything. He's my world. What would I do to help him? What kind of things can I do to show him that I'm there for him, to support him, and to have patience with him? So he goes through a lot in this play, you guys. You're going to see. And the actor that plays my husband is Craig McLaren.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Craig.
Philly's own, one of Philly's greatest comedians right now.
Greatest comedian, and his acting skills is phenomenal. when he's acting and I'm looking at him, he brings me to a place where I need to bring up my acting, because you can't even act next to him without really bringing it. So he's definitely helped me. And so I think that for this character, it's definitely support and patience and just loving him so, so much that I have to, give my all to help him.
So let's go, the therapist here.
Yeah.
I need you to put your therapist hat on there. AB Bracewell. So when in the world, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, trauma, whatever that is, how do you help people? Like, she's saying that she's in love, but we're in a world now that people don't love as deeply maybe as they did before. So when someone has a PTSD or a trauma, it actually affects them because they're going back to their past. They're dealing with their past traumas and things like that. How do you help people deal with it? Is there something in the sexual miseducation of black men that really deals with anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. In the book, I speak about how men specifically often use sex as therapy. But when it just comes to PTSD in general, I think one thing that we don't do, which is very important when it comes to trauma, we often focus on the behaviors. We focus on the triggers. We focus on the things that we see, but we don't always focus on an actual traumatic event that happened to help this person heal from it. So in my day job, I have people, kids and adults that might be aggressive, might come across as angry or depressed, they might come across as not being able to hold their attention span. And we tend to diagnose those things, the ADHD and the fact that they can't stay focused, but we'll ignore the fact that they was molested or raped, or they was abandoned. The real trauma which is causing these behaviors. So when it comes to like trauma-focused therapy, that's the key to it, is focus on the actual trauma and to deal with that. Help them to write out their trauma script. Help them to tell their story so they can eventually become more comfortable with the story, and then eventually healing comes from that.
And then thank you for that. And I wish I had brought the information, because there are platforms, webinars, and information that's out there to help us better deal with trauma-based learning, trauma-based intervention, even in our own homes. There's several webinars and informational platforms where you can find these things out, because I have a mental health background, as well as what I do now working with youth, and a lot of folks don't know that's what helped me to understand who I worked with better, because of knowing and seeing what those things look like before I got into the position where I am now, to just react to a behavior or determine it's one thing when it's actually something underlying. Speaking of which, you said something, you made a comment about the story. Adrienne Cater, you don't have brothers, right?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay. How many brothers you have?
4.
Yeah, okay. So the 4 brothers, were they, because this play, if you hold up the flyer, it's you and a bunch of males on the, this is really a male-centered play.
Yeah.
How did you take the story from the idea from the Shoeshine Box to when you started writing to the story that you have now?
Well, the inspiration of the actual Shoeshine Box, and I'm a daddy's girl, and he had me playing basketball, and being around men, even though I am a woman and I was a young person, I could feel whatever their traumas were. I understood their life. I understood it. So when I was writing this play, I was literally having an outer body experience. I put myself in a place, sometimes it's not who's writing it, it's where it comes from, and it just really just organically, all the stories came from a place and time of my life. And when people were shining shoes, I was doing a paper route with my brother. I was in charge of pushing the cart. He was throwing the papers, and we did that for years together. So, we did that for years together. So, and even in the 70s, I'm actually using some of my mom's original 1970s outfits.
What?
And I have the pleasure of wearing one.
I was Pam in the first production, and my mom got to see me come out in her 36-year-old birthday party outfit that I begged her to save for me. So I have about 3 actual 1970 outfits in there, and the whole feeling of the 1970s and when families got together and partied together. It's that good time feeling, you know, it's got that. And then we go to, you know, the 80s and the experience around drug addiction. That's in it. And, you know, the rap era. And then just coming full circle into 2000. So I was in, with the exception of the 1940s, my dad was 94. He was born in 1926. So you did not touch a radio in his house that was playing Count Basie and Ella Fitzgerald and Billie Holiday. And I know all of that music. It drove me crazy when I was young. But I so appreciate it now. I am so enriched by that 1940s and 30s experience that everything came from a place of reality.
You asked for something from each one of us to bring through something that we may have or may have not lived through. Me not living through the 40s. Our younger male actors who are, when I say babies, they're babies, teenagers, 13, 14 years old. What do they know about anything besides 2010? And here we have them playing in the Depression era time, 1940s. Then we have some in the 70s as the children at those times. And just what you were able to bring inspiration-wise, because I've known of Adrienne before I actually began working with her. And our first time on stage together, it just clicked. And then when I see this script, it's like, yo, you got to have more. Some more coming? But we're in the middle of a pandemic, so I say that was a blessing in disguise because things grew exponentially. Before we find a way to get up out of here, give them more of the information of where, oh, I'm sorry, Dave, you got something? Yeah, Dave has something first.
I was glad, and I was sitting here thinking as Adrienne was talking about objects and heirlooms in our cultures that we're not passing these things down with stories attached to them. So when you said that was the centerpiece, the actual Shoeshine Box, and thinking about how many different conversations have that Shoeshine Box been in the room for?
There you go.
How many different births?
There you go.
And we culturally has to start continuing to pass down objects, heirlooms, and things to our children and the next generation with the stories attached to it so they can keep talking about the family.
That's the legacy, the story. And when you find, like, I lost my mom and my dad, so if a question pops up like, oh, well, they are not there to ask the questions anymore. Those older, when you're sitting at the floor of your grandmom's chair or you're riding in the car, you got to encourage our young people to ask questions, share the stories. That's the legacy. It's not the money, it's the stories. So absolutely, thank you for saying that.
Now, while you got the mic, tell them where we're going to be at, how they can get tickets, how they can find you.
Yes, so you can find tickets on my website, which is www.cater2uentertainment.com, and that's CATER #2 entertainment.com. And also there is a box office number, which I don't know by heart, but it is 888-243-1517. And you can also get tickets that way. So that's how you can reach us. Awesome. And I'm so proud of my cast. My cast is a family.
Give it up for the cast. Give it up for the cast.
I really absolutely do.
We love you too, Adrienne.
I love your cast too. I just met you, but I sure do love each and every one of y'all.
I'm complaining again. I'm mad I wasn't asked to be in this, but it's okay. It's okay.
Listen, we got time, brother. We got some moves ready to make.
That's right. You know, we gotta keep telling. You gotta keep telling them. Why you talk to David? Why you talk to David?
I know now.
Now you know. Now you know. Right before we go, let's talk to Adam real quick. I mean, A.B.
I just want to say something real quick about the play. How ironic that we're here together. Because last year when I started writing the book, I saw you advertising the play. And that was the first event I gathered some of the fathers and the sons about 15 of us, and we went to see the play. So I
What?
contacted Adrienne and got the tickets, and that was a great play when it was at the Met. So it's so ironic that we're here today.
Thank you to Rashina Stewart of Lotus Beauty Spa, and of course, once again, I gotta tell you about Urban Expressions, the news mag. This is officially published about Urban Expressions. We reminiscing on some stuff. We got some stuff. We talking single. We talking got everything that's in here, and it's my baby. You know, I don't have children. This is my child. I know. I'm sorry.
Strong Jack.
I'm sorry. Let's go. Single on Saturday.